Welcome to the STLK in the UTA Jazz Podcast. I'm Conjo. As y'all know, this is Paul. We're with you on a Friday, pre-Christmas, feeling joy, feeling the need to give NBA talk.
Yeah, we have a lot of NBA talk, not just Jazz talk, a lot of NBA talk.
That's what I'm excited about. You know, people want to hear about obviously the Jazz, but the NBA. And it only feels right in the Christmas spirit to give it to them.
Well, do you know what the Jazz should have done is give the Pistons a win last night? Starting to feel bad. Like that would have been very joyous of them.
Let's talk about that. I think they could have before the whole social media broke out that the Pistons were favored
by 2.5.
I mean, at that point, it was like if the Jazz would have lost, that would have been the biggest media coverage in the entire world.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, everyone knew that the Jazz. Luckily, Woj tweeted, and I want you to put it here. It was almost like this is a scheduled loss for the Jazz. They're missing XYZ. The Jazz took to that. They're like, all right, we're not going to be the team to lose, regardless of if we're missing our starting five or not. They didn't want to be the team to lose, and obviously it was close, but they didn't. They won the game.
I mean, I just want to say, if we would have lost, I don't know what I would have done. I don't think
we'd be here this morning.
No. We would have probably just taken a break.
I would have been like, hey, Conjo, I'm really under the weather. And I have a lack of love for the Jazz right now.
Man, I am ecstatic that we won because I was nervous.
Yeah, no, I tweeted from the STLK account. I said, nobody freak out. This is a scheduled loss. Because there is. If you look at the NBA schedule, there are scheduled losses. And David Locke actually talked about it a lot the last few years. But it was the fifth game in 7 nights, back-to-back.
That's
didn't
wild.
have our players.
That's wild.
It's a game that you, look at the schedule, and you're like, all right, probably not going to win this one regardless of who's playing.
Yeah. So, let's talk. The Pistons are horrible.
Why?
They're legit terrible.
I'm going to name some players, and you're going to say, good team. Marvin Bagley, Bogdanovich, Isaiah Stewart, who's built like a linebacker, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Livers, I believe.
Yep.
Is that right? Yep. Mm-hmm. Isaiah Livers. Amara Asar.
It's Asar.
It's Asar, thank you. Asar Thompson, who rebounds the heck out of the ball. Jameis Wiseman, Alec Burks.
Marcus Sasser.
Who's a great shooter.
Jalen Duren,
I don't think we saw him last night. Yeah. Killian Hayes is also on that team.
The Killian Hayes slander is so sweet.
Yeah.
I do not understand. I get that's not a good team compared to any other team, but you'd think you would squeeze out maybe just one win here and there.
You would think, right? 25
they haven't won
now?
Since October.
So the Rangers, I saw a tweet. The Rangers won a game. The Texas Rangers won a game more recently than the Pistons. So
how?
If you're a contending team, what would you give up right now for Joe Harris and Bogdanovich? If you're the Lakers, let's say, because
okay,
the Bogdanovich is way better than Cam Reddish. Bogdanovich is a difference maker,
and size wise,
we're a huge bogey fans here, and Joe Harris, who didn't even play last night, he also could bring something to a contender.
Yeah,
so if you're the Pistons,
I bet you could give a first round for the both of them
easily, right? Easily. Or package them together, get 2 back. Either way, this team stinks right now.
They suck.
And if you're going to continue losing, that's fine. You have your first round.
If you are Monty Williams, you just literally swindled the entire league.
I also saw a tweet. I keep referencing to Twitter that said, "Is he going to make over $1 million per win this year?"
Yes,
they're at 2 wins right now. He's making $13 million a year. I don't think they get to 13 wins.
Well, I saw this thing the Wizards, the Spurs, and the Pistons. This is a week ago because the Wizards won this week. We're 1-48 in the last 49 games combined.
Jeez, that's really bad.
That's so bad.
No, that's not good.
The Spurs are bad somehow. I don't know. I don't
know either. I read through the roster. I walked in this morning and I said, why is this team so bad? We can't put a finger on it. I've watched a handful of the games and every time I'm like, oh, they might win this. And they never do.
No.
Jazz looked good though.
Jazz looked great.
Chris Dunn.
These rotations are so interesting. Chris Dunn will not play for 3 games and then all of a sudden just come and do something.
Colin Sexton as well. I just want to touch on in love with him right now.
Dude, he's been great.
As a starter, he's incredible.
Like, he's been actually insane. It's going to raise some eyebrows when Keontae comes back.
Yeah, Keontae, just to keep in mind, his last full game, 30 points. against the Thunder. I miss him.
Yeah, I really do miss him too.
The Jazz play the Raptors tomorrow night.
Okay.
They don't play again until the 27th, I believe. So
Good.
I hope they
We've
come
been playing
home for
a lot.
Christmas. Yeah.
Like, we've been playing a lot.
Yeah, they play the day after Christmas in San Antonio. That makes me wonder if they're going to stay on the road for Christmas. That's a bummer.
Come home.
Yeah, this Jazz team doesn't have as many families as it once did in the past.
It was a very family oriented team at one point.
Yeah, now you have a whole bunch of young guys.
Like, do any even have kids?
I'm trying to think.
Legit, I don't know.
I don't know either. Not any that are like super public about it.
I don't think. I mean, maybe they have some that
Who's
we
the
don't know
oldest guy on
about.
the roster right now?
Kids that they claim. I don't think there's any.
I'm pretty sure Olynyk is married.
Yes,
I remember his backwards hat pictures from his wedding.
He is.
I doubt Hendricks has any kid. I don't know. Maybe Micah Potter. I could see him having a kid.
We're not going to count Micah Potter here.
Okay, but
like, I legit don't think
this is the least.
Clarkson has a kid.
He does. I didn't know that.
Yes,
Okay,
Clarkson
cool.
has a kid.
Good for him.
Clarkson has a little daughter. She's got to be the cutest thing in the world.
I believe you.
But besides that,
Dang, that's a bummer.
I mean, we used to be like Ingles family, the Conley family.
The Conley family was a staple in Utah.
Oh yeah, like that's what I'm saying is we had a
Favors, I believe, has a kid.
we had a very family oriented team.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, things
Hayward.
change. Things change.
Can we change gears real quick? I have a question for us.
Change it.
So I was thinking about the Pistons, and I was like, they didn't really make any wrong steps in this rebuild. But I want to put the GM hat on you, on both of us, really.
There's some meat on this bone.
And I was thinking, like, in 3 years, would this team be good? I don't know.
Okay.
But you know I'm a sucker for a good draft.
Yes, you are.
Let's go back and forth. We're going to draft a starting 5 plus one guy off the bench for a team that their goal is to win the 2026-27 NBA Finals.
So not
right
too
now.
far down.
Not too far down. I was thinking 5 years. And I was like, that's kind of far. Like, there's going to be rookies that come into the league that you could draft. Like,
Yeah.
next, 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
3, I feel like, is good.
Okay.
I doubt there's anyone not in the league right now that, like, in 3 years would be like, oh, we should have taken them. Do you want the first pick?
You take it. I mean, is this fixed? Is this serpentine?
Let's just go back and forth. So I'll go, you go. I go, you go.
Okay, yeah, you can take it.
With my first pick, I'm taking Luka Doncic.
Okay.
I just feel like he's, 25, 26. In 3 years, he's still going to be that guy. He's going to be my point guard.
I think I got to go Ant
Yeah, that's a really good pick.
at my 2.
Okay.
I've got to go Ant.
I like that.
It just
pick.
makes sense. It just makes sense.
How old is Jokic?
Jokic is probably 27.
Okay. He's my second pick.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised he wasn't my first pick.
Yeah.
So I have Luka and Jokic right now.
Dude, that's so tough. Everyone's just like it's so hard to say because what this is in 4 years, 3.
Yeah, 3, 4.5.
So it's still like really soon.
Yeah. Can I interest you in taking Zion off the board?
No, I just won't be taking Zion.
okay.
I'll honestly take Tatum.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
You have a big team.
Yeah, I'll take Tatum.
We won't be able to defend you. Shoot. I was actually going to take him next.
Yeah, I like
joked
that.
about Zion, but I'm like, man, he might figure it out. 3 years from now, give me Jaren Jackson.
Okay, that's a terrible pick.
You think so?
Yeah,
Why?
I'll be the first. He's not good.
You know what? I was thinking young, big bodies, and I instantly regret it. Can I take him off the board?
Nope.
Okay, he's my center.
He's
my power forward. Crap, I forgot I already had Jokic.
He is your 4.
I'm good defensively there. Crap,
Yeah.
Keep going, though.
I'm gonna take honestly. Like, I want to say Embiid.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Is he going to have kneecaps in 3 years?
Like, the thing is he's still got it.
Yeah. I mean, he's averaging like 40 over his last 7 games.
Like, he's still kind of got it.
Okay. You have Embiid, Edwards,
I would
Tatum.
switch it, but I didn't let you switch, so I had to hold true to
Yeah,
this.
you do, because I'm taking Paulo Banchero
Oh, that's sweet.
as my 3.
That's sweet.
Now I got a big team.
That's sweet.
My smallest guy is Luka.
That's sweet. Honestly, let's go. This guy, welcome back, Ja Morant.
He was my he was my shooting guard.
Ja Morant.
That's tough.
Dude, he's insane.
Yeah.
35 in his first game back, game winner.
Yeah.
He was insane.
That was really impressive. And the game winner was really cool.
Like, no, he's insane.
How much shooting do I need? One GM to another. I have Luka, Jokic, Jaren Jackson, who
he hoists.
He hoists.
I'm not gonna say he makes it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say he makes it, but he hoists.
Yeah, and then who was my latest pick?
Banchero?
Yeah, Banchero.
He can shoot.
I need more shooting.
You do need more shooting.
Man, I'm really tempted to take Mitchell here. Then he really becomes a weak link on defense and our smallest guy. And he wouldn't be the point guard because I have Luka. I'm trying to think of young shooters. Give me LaMelo Ball.
Okay.
I like that pick. I'm a big
LaMelo guy.
Huge LaMelo guy.
Oh, I should have taken Tyrese. I was
going to take Tyrese, but having Tyrese play off the ball, oh no.
It feels wrong.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, but I need a 4 now.
You need a 4 bad.
And if I'm going to take a 4, I've got to take somebody like Young, probably.
Who?
Like somebody young.
Oh, I was like Trae Young in your 4?
Thaddeus Young.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought at first. I was like,
I'll take Thaddeus Young. No, let's go somebody honestly like Chet Holmgren.
Okay. I like that pick. He was going to be my 6th man.
Yeah, like let's do Chet Holmgren. Why not?
I'm glad you didn't remember the 6th man because I am taking Tyrese. I'm scared Luka's not playing for 48 minutes.
Yep.
In 3 years, I doubt he cares about his conditioning as much. I'll take Tyrese at my 6th spot.
Honestly, just give me Giannis for my 6th then.
Yeah, sure.
6th
Take
man.
a gamble.
Yeah,
on it.
I mean Chet, like who knows? Like Giannis is perfect.
Yeah,
let's
I
take
like
Giannis.
that pick. You have a huge team.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited. Can you toss these up here right now?
Yeah, I'm a dominate.
I don't know. In a 7 game, I have Jokic. I have Luka. I should have taken Taylor Hendricks.
I'll dominate.
All right, that was fun. I like that.
So Paul, let's just talk NBA, man.
Please.
Like, let's just shoot it. Like, I was looking at the Magic, who are 16-11, and looking at the OKC, that's 18-8.
Really good teams.
Those are great teams. And then you look at the Jazz, who are 11-18, and I look at the Jazz, and I'm like, what does the Jazz not have that these teams do? They're really similar.
Very similar. And I think I texted this to you. These are 2 teams that the Jazz, I feel like, should be building towards.
Yes.
Especially the Thunder, where we have a similar pool of assets. And it's like, how can we turn this into a winning team?
Absolutely.
I don't know the huge difference. I mean, obviously SGA on the Thunder is just out of this world. Is Markkanen not better than Banchero though? Like that's a question.
Yeah. So let's break down the Magic.
Okay.
So I've got the Magic pulled up, and let's like compare. Yeah, like Banchero and Lowry, like those are comparable. Lowry was an All-Star starter last year.
Exactly. Banchero was a Rookie of the Year, not candidate. He won it.
He won it, yes.
He wasn't an All-Star last year, was he?
No.
I didn't think so.
And so you look at that and you're like, okay, well, those probably equal out.
Yeah.
Point guard Cole Anthony, like...
I'm not writing home about Cole Anthony.
That's like Keontae, and then you got Fultz, who's in and out of being hurt. Right now, Suggs.
I don't love Suggs.
Suggs is just like a Sexton. Yeah, he's like good, but he's like... and then I think the biggest difference maker is Franz Wagner.
Yeah.
Dude's a beast.
They have both Wagner's, don't they?
Yeah, Mo sucks.
Okay.
But Franz is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like he's actually like
he's
really
an NBA
good.
player. Like he's going to be in the league for another 10 years.
So is it just having 2 guys?
Because who's the Jazz second best player right now?
Like honestly, it's John Collins probably.
You wouldn't say Sexton?
I mean, it varies.
See, that's what I'm saying. So like the fact that we even
had to talk about it varying. Where the Magic, it's like it's Franz.
Like when Laurie's out, who's our guy? Like who are we drawing up the plays for?
We don't know.
We don't know.
That's a really good point.
And it's like, are we drawing up plays for Sexton? Like, I don't know. That kind of makes me like
that's
feel
a good
queasy.
point, because if Paolo's out, they're drawing plays up for Franz.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, why wouldn't they? He's great. Lowry was out on last night. We just kind of ran like a spread out. Like we saw the scoring. Like Kelly Olynyk had 27. Like I know we weren't drawing plays up for KO. It's hard. I think the difference is a second guy.
Like as much as they say, like, and I mean, look at the teams that have won. Jokic, Murray,
MPJ.
That's the thing. Like even just having the second guy, like Murray.
Well, I'm just saying, like they know who their guys are. Like this is the hardest part of the rebuild, I think. And whether people want to admit we're in a rebuild or not, the Jazz are in a rebuild right now. It's hard to like know who your guy is, and it's hard to know when to give up on people versus trade them for assets. And the Jazz are kind of stuck right now. It's like, do we go after a second guy to put next to Lowry and go after a play-in spot? Because I don't think the second guy's on the roster. I'll be honest. Like, as far as the second best player on the NBA championship team, I don't know if he's on the roster. I don't know if Markkanen can be the best player on the championship team. Like, I don't know. He might be a really good number 2. But the Jazz have to figure that out, or else the Magic have figured it out. And they're 16-11. I don't think they're going to go far in the playoffs, but they're a good regular season team. The Jazz haven't even figured it out yet. And I think that's the reason we're losing these games. It's just a talent gap, in my opinion.
Because I don't want to say it's coaching. Again, I don't want to say it. I'm phrasing that in that specific way that I don't want to say it.
I didn't want to talk about this. I'm getting nervous about Will Hardy as a coach. Granted, most second-year coaches struggle.
Oh, 100%. This is 100% like normal.
And I'm curious if he's getting a lot of pressure from Clutch to play THT. And I was going to bring this up at the beginning of the pod, but Chris Dunn is, I think, our second or third best guard.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's in and out of the rotation, what are we doing?
We don't even have a rotation at this point.
No, too many players in and out.
Yeah. I mean, but enough about that. I have something. I mean, this is Christmas time.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do something fun that, honestly, I don't know how engaging this is going to be for everybody. But it might be fun for us. Mm-hmm. And at this point, sure, it's Christmas. Yeah. Let's have some fun.
If you're still listening, Merry Christmas to you. Let's roll into this.
Yeah, let's roll into this. All right, Paul. Like I said, if anyone's watching, they're in for a treat here. You and I are going to go back and forth naming Jazz players.
Just off
the dome, back and forth. Whoever can't think of one, or repeats one, loses.
Okay. Let me get more caffeine.
Take that sip, and we'll see how deep we can get here.
I'm nervous.
Because the thing is we'll probably think of a lot of guys, but it's tough to not repeat.
Well, it's tough to not repeat and get them out quick.
Yeah.
Like, if you gave me 5 minutes to go down a list, I can do 100.
So, naming Jazz players until somebody messes up. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Should we look into a little bit of a both,
Yeah.
I'll start.
Okay. Should we set up a timer to see how long we've gone for?
Yeah.
Kind of nervous, man. I wish you would have let me prepare.
No, I didn't really. It was kind of on the spot, so there's no bias here going on.
Timer's going.
John Stockton.
Paul Millsap.
Karl Malone.
Jeff Hornacek.
Byron Russell.
Adrian Dantley.
Andre Karolinko.
Mehmet Okur.
That was my next one. Paul Millsap. Oh, gosh!
Oh,
that's horrible.
That's awful.
No, we gotta read. That was terrible.
That was awful.
That was so bad.
21 seconds in and you repeat Paul Millsap.
Oh, that was bad. Case we each get one life.
We do.
Yeah.
We each all right. I'll start this time.
Yeah, we each get a life.
Can we restart the list?
No.
Okay. Can't name anyone with the other names.
Yeah.
Darren Williams.
Greg Ostertag.
Took way too long. Keontae George.
Talen Horton-Tucker.
Earl Watson.
Jamal Tinsley.
That was my next one. Al Jefferson.
Francisco Elson.
Trevor Booker.
Gordon Hayward.
Shoot. Not Corey Brewer. Did I mess up? I think
no, you're good. You're good.
Am I good? Oh my gosh. I think that's a life. Dang it.
That's a life?
That's a life.
That's a life.
That's way too
That's
long.
a life.
I was thinking Brewer. And
Ronnie Brewer.
Yeah, I was like, where did his name go?
All right, here we go. This is it.
You start or I start?
I'll start.
All right.
Ronnie Brewer. Ronnie Price.
Ronnie Brewer.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, dude, this is way harder than I thought it was. Deontay Garrett.
Lowry Markkanen.
Eric Maynor.
Excuse me, not Jimmer. I was certain we signed him. I was thinking of G League guys. Man, I hate that. Can we go one more?
Keep going. Just keep going.
All right. Frank Jackson.
Oh, that's a good one. Taylor Hendricks.
Bryce Sensabaugh.
Rudy Gobert.
Micah Potter.
Morris Almond.
Donovan Mitchell.
Kyrilo Fasenko.
Are we sure? Bojan Bogdanovic.
Costa Kufis.
That's a great one. You already said Ostertag, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I remembering that right? Wow. I'm blanking. Give me a point guard. Chris Dunn.
Okay. Daryl Griffith.
Really good pick. Shoot. Stockton's son. Can't remember his
David
first name.
Stockton.
David
Okay.
Stockton.
Pete Maravich.
I'm out. I lost.
Dude, that gets tough.
That gets tough, dude. Because you think of like the last 3 years and you like can name a few. And then once like you start going back, you almost like scramble it. If you had a strategy.
I think the worst of that was naming Paul Millsap.
Or
20
Jimmer,
seconds in again.
or Jimmer Fredette out of nowhere. Never even sniffed the Jazz roster. And that's a lot of confidence. I'm like, Jimmer. Like,
Dude, that was hilarious.
Oh, man, I'm sweating. That was a tough game.
Man, that's fun.
That was good stuff.
I mean, we got some time. I sent you a thing. I saw this thing on Twitter where it was Ja, Halliburton, Trae Young, and SGA.
Okay. I already had it ready. I was excited for this question. Do you want me to rank them 1 through 4?
Yes.
I think my ranking 1 through 4 is also the same ranking if I was like betting on their future.
Yeah.
I think it goes SGA, Halliburton, Ja, and I think there's a huge gap, and then Trae Young.
Yeah.
And I think you would agree.
I'm literally right there.
Yeah, like unless you would take
Honestly,
Halliburton over SGA.
No, honestly, dude, Ja probably over Halliburton. And I'm saying that as the most biased Halliburton fan out there.
Tell me why. I would love some pushback on my side here.
Ja's insane.
No, he's incredible.
We're just forgetting because he was suspended this whole year because he loves guns.
Sure. Yeah, I guess that's why.
Like, he is insane. I really don't know how else to put it, but he is literally insane.
I was waiting for you to say athleticism. That's my only pushback with him. Halliburton is a really good athlete, but he's not up in the air.
No.
He's a really quick athlete this way, not going this way.
Because Ja can pass too. Obviously not nearly as good as Halliburton.
Yeah.
But he can pass.
But he can score better than, I don't know, better than Halliburton. But again, I think it comes down to athleticism. And if I'm betting on the future, I'm taking Halliburton's longevity over Ja's.
I mean, because Ja, everyone said it, he's bound to be like a Westbrook D Rose kind of thing.
Yeah, like what's like, okay, let's say
your body can only take so much.
Let's say Ja loses 20% of his athleticism or even 10%. What does he turn into? Because he's not passing it like Halliburton is.
Yep.
Like if Halliburton slows down, he could turn into a Jokic. Like Halliburton's tall, was he 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah.
Like Ja's 6'3", 6'4". Like if he starts slowing down, I remember vividly Russell Westbrook against the Lakers. Excuse me, when one of his first games on the Lakers, he tried to do like a double cross into a floater, and the guy just like stood there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. Like, where's his game going to go?
It's gone.
But anyway, sorry, I interrupted.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, in Trae Young, it's just like, he's averaging like 28 and 9.
Stats are hard on a bad team.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm just like, it's so hard because he puts up such good numbers and no one gives him anything.
Well,
I'd still take so many guys over him.
Yeah, I mean, as many as, I don't know. How many? Like, so you're building a franchise and you need a point guard. When do you take Trae? Probably between like 10 and 15?
10.
Like,
10 and 15 seems late.
It does, but again, it's like all these empty stats. He had one good playoff run. I feel like he's kind of like Justin Herbert, except for Trae has the playoff run where it's like,
dude, he is Justin Herbert.
It's like the if guy. It's like, well, if this happened, he'd be like the best. I'm like, yeah, but it hasn't. And like, he has good stats. He's a hypothetical.
Dude, he literally is Justin Herbert.
Thank you. I think that's a really good comparison.
No, it is.
Like, I don't know. I don't see it with Trae. If I'm a GM, I'm staying away from him. Like, I wouldn't trade Keontae for Trae right now. And I know people are going to be killing me for that.
No, I wouldn't.
But like,
I think that's a great claim.
I think Keontae like attributes to winning more than Trae does right now.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's fine.
The Hawks are 12 and 15. They have a really good coach. They have DeJounte Murray, and I think they should trade him. And I actually want to throw a trade at you in a minute.
Love it.
I think they should get rid of Murray, and maybe they get better, but the Hawks should not be 12 and 15 if your point guard's averaging 30 and 10 or whatever he's doing.
Yeah. Throw this trade at me.
Yeah. Can I get Fanspo up real quick and make sure it works real fast?
Of course.
I heard a variation of this trade the other day, and it really piqued my interest. So here it is. It's DeJounte Murray to the Utah Jazz.
I was seeing speculations of this.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Because I know it was like an under the radar rumor. Not a rumor. Like, I don't think anyone's for calling each other about this. But as fans, it's kind of fun to come up with this stuff. As you know, I'm a big, hey, let's unload Taylor Horton Tucker type guy. I also think Kelly Olynyk is a guy that we'd be able to move. Both are on an expiring contract.
For sure.
I talked about this on Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever day we talked last. Expiring contracts are really important in the NBA. DeJounte is signed for 5 more years. It's a long time.
And it's not like an absurd contract, right?
It's not. I think he's making, right now, it's like $11 million a year. It goes up. But again, I don't think it's a max.
No, it's not. It's not crazy.
The Jazz would send out those 2 players. Salaries match. In fact, the Jazz are giving up more. As far as the picks go, I think the Jazz have to send out some picks. The Hawks aren't going to keep DeJounte Murray long. And I don't think there's a lot of suitors for him. So I don't think you have to give up a ton of picks.
I was really excited about him on the Hawks.
Dude, I was too. When the Spurs traded for him, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was kind of like a out of the blue trade.
I was a big DeJounte guy in the Spurs.
Oh, me too.
I loved him.
Remember the game winner over the Jazz?
Yes.
Yes, we were hanging out that night. I'm pretty sure.
I actually do remember.
Yes. I think we have to attach a 2026 first round from Cleveland or Minnesota and just maybe a 2025 first round. And that's it.
Like just 2 firsts?
Just 2 firsts and expirings. And we get DeJounte Murray and he fills our gap for a point guard. Now, this is
I don't even think we'd have to give up 2 firsts.
Really? Just 1? That's what I'm saying. The Hawks are in a position where they want to give him up, though.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think we can get him for cheap.
Relatively cheap. I think they value
he would be great on this team.
He would be really good.
He can score. He's lengthy.
He would be a bona fide number 2.
He can facilitate, which is what, like, why the Jazz thrive with Keontae is because his ability to facilitate, and DeJounte would take a lot of that load.
That's where my next question was like, does this hurt Keontae? Because if it does, I'm not doing the trade.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. How about?
Not long term.
Really?
I think just development wise, like I do think it
slows him down.
Slows it down, but also it benefits him in the long term because he's getting that kind of mentorship from a guy like DeJounte's
willing to give him the mentorship. I don't know.
I don't know his personality.
I was literally going to say, I don't think I've ever heard anything about off-court DeJounte.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
I will say this.
I did know when he got his new contract, he bought his like mom a house and his brother a car or something. So he's
typical.
He's charitable.
Yeah. Charitable. Is he willing to help young guys? That's a whole different thing. We see like Ryan Tannehill. Did you see what happened?
Well, I saw he was like not offering anything to Malik Willis.
Yes.
And then Will Levis was like, hey, he's my guy kind of thing.
Well, Will Levis got hurt last week, right?
Yeah.
He's going down holding his shoulder. And then there's a camera that cuts to Ryan. And he's like laughing, smirking, warming up. And I'm like, even if like, let's say someone made a funny joke about Christmas, you do not, especially as a veteran in the league.
That's such a bad look.
Let the camera catch you smirking when the starter's on the ground.
No matter what you're talking about.
No matter what it is. That's what I'm saying, dude.
And people aren't going to buy it. Like that just looks...
He could be like, yeah, someone made a comment about my daughter's birthday.
And it's different than Zach Wilson when he got set. They did a 3rd down and he's like smirking on the bench. You know,
that's
like
different.
That's what I'm saying. That is different. Like this is like a different scenario.
Yeah, that's like a hey, they suck, don't they?
Yeah.
This one's like, hey, he's hurt. I'm about to go.
Screw that guy.
Anyway, I don't know if DeJounte would do that versus be like, no, I'm here to help. Keontae, with that being said, DeJounte is young enough where he's like, he probably doesn't want to mentor yet.
Yeah.
He wants to be mentored probably because I think he thinks he can go be a number 2 or 3 guy on a championship team. Whether that's real or not, I don't know. I think that trade is something that the Jazz should kick the wheels on maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and worst case scenario, we try it out for the rest of the year and then flip him again next year for 2 first rounds. But again, I think the Jazz are in a position with a ton of capital. They should do something with it.
Yeah. Hey, it's been fun. You know, a great episode just shooting.
We were all over the place.
All over the place.
All over the place.
And I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fun. Sometimes you just can. It's Christmas. Give joy. Give presents.
Yeah.
Christmas cheer.
Whatever you're giving, give something.
Give something.
Yeah.
So, we'll be back, I think, next week. Day not determined yet,
TBD.
just because of Christmas and giving.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I won't be here Monday morning.
Oh, neither will I.
On the 25th.
Yeah, you'll be.
I'll be gone.
You'll be doing dad stuff.
Yeah.
Is this the first Christmas with the daughter?
Second. The first didn't really count, though.
I mean, she was like a vegetable.
Yeah, she's just like chewing on shoes, like army crawling to the kitchen to chew on the cabinet. I'm like, oh, I have a dog.
Yeah.
This Christmas, we got her a handful of things. So we actually got her a balance beam. I hope she's not listening. We got her a balance beam.
Man, that would be a...
Yeah, my 1.5-year-old daughter just tuning in. I hope she's subscribed, by the way.
Yeah.
A balance beam, and I was like, I'm not sure if she's going to use it. Like we spent a good amount of money on it. I was really excited. Anyway, it's just sitting in a box wrapped in wrapping paper right now, and she's walking on it like it's a balance beam. And I'm like, this is great. Like she's using it before she even knows what it is.
That's the thing is she's like she'll appreciate like actually getting gifts this year. Like,
and she's excited. She tries to open them all the time. Like, we're waiting. So
like that's got to be kind of fun.
It's going to be fun. We got like a ton of like littler, smaller gifts. That way we can just watch her open more. And I'm giddy for it.
No, man. I like that.
It'll be fun. I'm excited to see what my wife got herself for Christmas as well. She won't tell me, so I guess I'm going to be surprised.
He'll be surprised.
Yeah, I hope it's something cool that I got her. I don't know. Yeah. What are your Christmas plans? What are you doing?
Just kicking it.
Yeah, going with the family.
Yeah, it was chill, fam.
There you go.
So watch some NBA.
A lot of NBA.
I'm okay with it.
And here's one more thing we don't talk about on this podcast. National Football League.
Is there Christmas games? Just Christmas Eve, right?
Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Niners, Ravens.
Oh, that's
Christmas
sweet.
night.
Yeah, that's sweet.
No, that has me excited. I just wanted to plug that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. So we'll tune in next week. This has been the STLK in the UTA Jazz Podcast. Conjo, y'all know Paul. We'll catch you next week.